You've mastered the silence and made her feel your absence. But now, you're at a crossroads. What happens next can either reignite her interest or close the door forever. Stick around as I share the strategic moves to turn her curiosity into desire. You won't want to miss this. 1. No contact is just the beginning. Here's why you need a solid plan. No contact isn't the end game. It's the spark that ignites the real transformation. Think of it as the opening move in a chess match. It sets the stage, but doesn't win the game. By stepping back, you've created an air of mystery and intrigue. She's likely thinking, why has he gone silent? What's he up to? This curiosity might cause her to replay moments you shared, question her decisions, or even miss your presence. But here's the catch. Curiosity alone doesn't last forever. When the silence lingers, her thoughts will eventually shift. If you approach this reset without purpose, you risk undoing all the progress you've made. Imagine reappearing in her life only to give off the same old vibes she grew tired of. It won't leave the impression you're hoping for. Instead of drawing her closer, it might confirm that nothing has changed. Here's where the real challenge begins. What you do next matters more than the silence itself. During no contact, her emotional landscape has likely shifted. The absence has caused her to wonder, is he really moving on? Has he changed? These questions work in your favor, but only if your actions prove that the person she knew is no longer the person you are now. Use this silence wisely. It's not just a timeout. It's a period of growth and reflection. Think of it as your chance to rebuild, not just to wait. The purpose of no contact isn't to punish her or to play mind games. It's to reclaim your own power, rediscover your value, and create a version of yourself that anyone, including her, would regret losing. So, when the time comes to re-enter her life, let your presence make a statement. Show her that you've evolved, that you've taken this time to grow emotionally, mentally, and perhaps even physically. Your absence wasn't an impulsive reaction. It was a deliberate move to reset the dynamics. The key takeaway? No contact is only the foundation, not the full strategy. It's the groundwork upon which you'll build your comeback. If you truly want to make an impact, let your return reflect the best version of yourself, the version she never saw coming. Keep watching to learn how to take your next steps strategically, ensuring the curiosity you've sparked transforms into admiration, respect, and maybe even something more. Stay tuned, because this journey is just beginning. 2. Observe before you act. Unlock the secrets behind her next moves. What happens after no contact? Every action, or even inaction, on her part is a breadcrumb leading you to the bigger picture. Her first moves hold the key to understanding what's really on her mind. A seemingly casual, "hey," might feel insignificant, but don't be fooled. That single word carries more weight than you think. It's her way of testing the waters, feeling out your response, and gauging where you stand. Now, here's the crucial part. How you respond will either reinforce the impression of strength you've built during no contact or completely unravel it. Don't rush to reply, no matter how tempted you are. Your ability to hold back, to remain composed, sends a powerful message. It signals that you're calm, in control, and not desperate for her attention. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a superpower. And what if she doesn't reach out? What if her silence lingers? That, too, is a signal. It could mean she's mirroring your actions, waiting for you to crack first. Or it could mean she's processing her emotions, unsure of her next step. Silence, in its own way, speaks volumes. But don't misinterpret it as a cue to act impulsively. Instead, treat it as an opportunity to observe and strategize. The truth is, reacting emotionally, whether it's responding too quickly or overanalyzing her silence, puts you at a disadvantage. High-value men don't leap to conclusions. They assess the situation carefully. They understand that every action, or lack thereof, is a chance to gather insight and adjust their approach. This isn't about playing games or trying to be elusive. It's about demonstrating self-respect and emotional maturity. Here's the thing. When you focus on yourself, something incredible happens. You shift the dynamic. She'll sense that you're no longer waiting in the wings, hanging on her every move. And that shift creates curiosity, even attraction. People are naturally drawn to those who value themselves and their time. So, what's the real takeaway here? No matter what she does or doesn't do, your best move is to stay centered, calm, and in control. Don't rush. Don't react. Observe her actions and use them to inform your next steps. The more calculated and confident you are, the more magnetic you'll become. Keep watching to learn how to decode her signals. Master the art of observation and turn the post-no contact phase into a powerful opportunity to rebuild the connection on your terms. This is where the game truly begins. Stay tuned, because the next move is yours. 3. Subtle moves to rekindle her interest. The art of starting over the right way. When communication resumes after a period of silence, the way you approach those initial interactions can either reignite her curiosity or push her away. This is not the time to dive in with heavy emotions, long-winded explanations, or overwhelming gestures. Instead, subtlety and confidence are your greatest allies. Start simple, a casual, yet composed response like, "Hey, been a while. How are you?" can work wonders. Notice the key here: light, friendly, and nonchalant. You're not overcompensating or rushing to prove anything. This sets a calm tone that makes her feel comfortable, while also sparking curiosity. Why? Because your response doesn't reek of desperation. It conveys that you're in control, confident, and at ease with where you are in life. Here's the golden rule: don't rehash old dynamics. This isn't the time to bring up past conflicts, dive into emotional discussions, or try to fix what went wrong. That only drags you both back to a place you've worked hard to move beyond. Instead, use this moment to subtly show her that you've changed. How do you do that? It's all about weaving growth into your conversation. For instance, mention a new hobby you've taken up, a personal project you're proud of, or a recent achievement that reflects your evolution. Imagine saying something like, "I've been learning how to play the guitar recently. It's been a fun challenge." Or, "I just wrapped up a big project at work, and it feels good to see it all come together." This isn't about boasting or trying to impress her. It's about demonstrating that you're actively improving yourself and evolving. Growth is inherently attractive because it shows that you're not stuck in the past, but rather, you're building a better future for yourself. It creates intrigue. She'll naturally wonder what else has changed about you and what kind of person you're becoming. But here's the kicker: growth isn't just about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. Your tone, your confidence, and your demeanor should all reflect a sense of self-assurance. When she senses that you're grounded and secure in who you are, it draws her in without you needing to try too hard. What you're doing in these initial exchanges is planting seeds of curiosity, interest, and attraction. You're showing her a glimpse of the new you, without giving everything away at once. It's a delicate balance, but when done right, it's incredibly powerful. Remember, this phase isn't about rushing to rekindle a romance or prove a point. It's about creating a spark that makes her want to know more. So, keep it subtle, keep it confident, and most importantly, let your actions speak louder than your words. Stay tuned, because in the next part of this video, we'll dive deeper into how to build on this foundation and take things to the next level. You won't want to miss what comes next. It could completely transform the way she sees you. Keep watching. 4. Harness the power of curiosity. How to make her want more. Curiosity is one of the most powerful emotions you can evoke in someone. And when it comes to reigniting interest, it's your secret weapon. Why? Because curiosity keeps her engaged. It makes her want to know more about you, your life, and the person you've become. But using this tool effectively requires strategy and subtlety. The key is to share just enough to pique her interest without giving everything away. For instance, let's say you've recently tried something new, like rock climbing, cooking a challenging dish, or traveling to an off-the-beaten-path destination. Instead of posting an elaborate story or dozens of pictures, choose one striking moment: a photo of you at the top of a cliff, a perfectly plated dish, or a snapshot of a scenic spot you visited. Pair it with a simple caption that hints at the experience without explaining everything, like, "Challenge myself in ways I didn't expect," or "What a weekend to remember." Why does this work? It leaves her wondering. She'll start asking questions in her mind. What was the challenge? Who did he go with? What's the story behind this moment? The less you say, the more her imagination fills in the blanks, and that's where the magic happens. Now, here's where many people go wrong. They overdo it, constantly posting updates, overly curated content, or obvious attempts to get her attention can backfire. It makes you look like you're trying too hard, which is the opposite of what creates genuine intrigue. Remember, mystery is attractive. Less is more. Curiosity doesn't stop with what you post. It extends into your conversations. Imagine she reaches out and asks, "What have you been up to?" This is your opportunity to keep her intrigued. Instead of spilling all the details, respond with something light and playful like, "A lot of exciting stuff lately. I'll tell you about it sometime." This response achieves two things. It shows that your life is full and interesting, and it sets the stage for future interactions. She'll naturally want to follow up to uncover the details. Even when you do share, do it in pieces. For example, if she presses for more information, reveal just one intriguing detail, like, "I've started learning, insert hobby or skill. It's been a challenge, but I'm loving it so far." Notice how this leaves space for her to ask questions or show curiosity. It's a two-way street. You're not just delivering a monologue, but creating a dynamic that draws her in. Curiosity works because it taps into human nature. People are naturally drawn to what they don't fully understand. By showing that your life is vibrant, exciting, and constantly evolving, but without laying it all out at once, you position yourself as someone worth discovering. But here's the twist. While you're creating curiosity, make sure it's authentic. This isn't about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. The new experiences, hobbies, and milestones you share should be real reflections of your growth and evolution. She'll sense the difference between genuine intrigue and manufactured drama. Finally, understand that curiosity doesn't just make her wonder about you, it makes her invest in you. The more she wonders, the more mental energy she spends thinking about you. And when someone is curious about you, they're far more likely to engage, to reach out, and to want to be part of your life again. So, use this tool wisely. Post sparingly, share meaningfully, and leave a little to the imagination. Your goal isn't to impress her with grand gestures or flashy updates. It's to subtly show her that you're thriving, confident, and worth getting to know all over again. Want to know the next step in this process? Keep watching to learn how to take this curiosity and transform it into meaningful reconnection. The next move is crucial, and it's one you won't want to miss. 5. Emotional balance is key. Master the art of staying composed. Reconnecting with someone can feel like a whirlwind of emotions, excitement, nervousness, anticipation, all rolled into one. But here's the secret. If you want to create a lasting impact, you need to master your emotions and remain grounded. Emotional balance isn't just a nice to have. It's the foundation for successful reconnection. Let's break this down step by step so you can ensure every move you make leaves the right impression. First and foremost, don't let excitement cloud your judgment. It's easy to feel a rush of adrenaline when she reaches out or starts showing signs of interest. You might feel the urge to drop everything, respond immediately, or even overcompensate to keep the momentum going. But this is where many people stumble. Overavailability can come across as desperate, and desperation is never attractive. Instead, think of your time and attention as valuable resources, something that needs to be earned, not freely given away. When she reaches out, whether it's a casual "hey" or something more substantial, pause before responding. This isn't about playing games or making her wait for the sake of it. It's about showing her and yourself that you're in control of your emotions. A calm, measured response like, "Hey, nice to hear from you. How have you been?" speaks volumes about your emotional maturity. It tells her that you're not rushing to rekindle things out of loneliness or neediness. You're doing so because you genuinely want to, and you're confident enough to take your time. Now, let's talk about boundaries. Reconnecting often brings up the past, whether it's old conflicts, unresolved issues, or even lingering feelings of hurt. How you handle these moments is critical. If she brings up a past argument or a mistake you made, resist the urge to get defensive. Defensiveness only reopens wounds and shows that you're still emotionally reactive. Instead, take a deep breath and respond calmly. For example, if she says something like, "I still don't understand why you did X," avoid jumping into an explanation or apology right away. Instead, acknowledge her feelings with something like, "I can see why you feel that way, and I've had a lot of time to reflect on it. I'd like to talk about it when the time feels right." This response does two things. It validates her emotions while showing that you're in control of the narrative. It also creates space for a healthier, more productive conversation later on. Boundaries aren't just about responding to conflict. They're about setting the tone for how you engage moving forward. If she starts testing your limits, like trying to monopolize your time or pulling away to see how you'll react, maintain your composure. Whether she's warm and welcoming or distant and reserved, your demeanor should remain consistent. Remember, emotional stability is a sign of confidence and self-worth. Consistency is another hallmark of emotional balance. Imagine she suddenly becomes distant after a period of warm communication. It's natural to feel confused or even frustrated, but don't let her actions dictate your emotions. Instead of chasing her for answers or letting anxiety take over, focus on what you can control, yourself. Keep living your life, pursuing your goals, and staying true to the person you've become during your time apart. Here's a key takeaway. Emotional maturity is incredibly attractive. When you show her that you're in control of your emotions, you communicate strength, stability, and self-assurance, all qualities that draw people in. You're no longer the person who reacts impulsively or lets external circumstances dictate your feelings. You're someone who sets the tone for your interactions, creating an environment of respect and understanding. Finally, remember that reconnecting is a journey, not a single moment. Your ability to remain composed, regardless of how she responds, sets the stage for every interaction that follows. Whether the reconnection leads to friendship, romance, or closure, emotional balance ensures that you walk away with your dignity intact and your value reinforced. Want to know how to take this emotional balance and turn it into a deeper connection? Stick around for the next part, where we'll reveal the strategies to build trust and create meaningful interactions that leave a lasting impression. Don't miss it. It's the key to taking things to the next level. 6. Redefine the dynamics. Shift the balance and create lasting attraction. This is your moment to redefine the rules of the game. The power dynamic in any relationship determines its long-term success. And now, more than ever, it's time to ensure the scales are balanced. If she's reaching out, it's a sign that curiosity and interest are brewing. But here's the key. Don't fall back into old patterns of putting her on a pedestal or making her the sole focus of your attention. Instead, take control and set the tone for how things move forward. When she reaches out, resist the urge to drop everything and prioritize her immediately. Respond purposefully and with intention. A simple, calm reply like, "It's nice to hear from you. How's everything going?" signals that you're open to reconnecting, but you're not overeager. You're showing her that while you value her reaching out, your time is valuable. 2. If she suggests meeting up, take a moment before agreeing. For instance, instead of saying yes right away, respond with something like, "Let me check my schedule and get back to you." This small pause may seem trivial, but it's incredibly powerful. It subtly conveys that your life is full, meaningful, and not entirely centered around her. You're not playing hard to get. You're demonstrating that you're a high-value individual with priorities and commitments. By doing this, you shift the dynamics. Suddenly, the effort to rebuild the connection isn't one-sided. She starts to recognize your worth and realizes that, if she wants to be part of your life, she'll need to invest effort. 2. This is where things get interesting. Relationships thrive when both parties contribute equally, and this phase allows you to observe how much she's willing to give. Pay attention to her actions during this time. Is she making an effort to engage you in meaningful conversations? Does she suggest plans or take the initiative? These small details reveal her level of commitment and interest. This isn't about making her jump through hoops or testing her. It's about ensuring that the relationship dynamic is healthy, balanced, and mutual. One of the most attractive traits you can display during this phase is confidence. Confidence isn't about arrogance or acting aloof. It's about knowing your worth and standing firm in it. When she sees that you're not rushing to accommodate her every whim, it reinforces the idea that you're someone worth valuing. Confidence, paired with kindness and respect, creates a magnetic pull that draws people in. But redefining the dynamics isn't just about how you respond to her. It's also about how you show up in the connection. This is your chance to subtly highlight the growth and changes you've undergone during your time apart. When she asks how you've been, mention new hobbies, achievements, or goals you're working on. For example, instead of saying, "I've been good," try something like, "I've been great, started learning new skill, and it's been an exciting challenge." This not only showcases your evolution, but also sparks curiosity and admiration. Additionally, avoid slipping back into old communication patterns. If, in the past, you were overly accommodating or always the one initiating plans, now's the time to balance the scales. Let her come to you. If she doesn't, that's also valuable information. It tells you whether or not she's truly invested in rebuilding the connection. This phase is about setting a new precedent. The goal isn't to create distance, but to establish a relationship dynamic where both parties contribute equally. Relationships built on mutual respect, effort, and understanding are the ones that stand the test of time. So, as you navigate this stage, remember, your time and energy are precious. Don't rush to give them away. Instead, let her show that she's willing to invest just as much as you are. By redefining the dynamics, you create a foundation for a connection that's stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling than ever before. Want to know how to take this balanced approach to the next level? Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll dive into specific strategies to deepen her interest and create a dynamic that keeps her coming back for more. Don't miss it. This is where the magic happens. Section 7. Showcase your growth. Your time apart wasn't just about creating distance. It was about self-improvement. Whether it's hitting the gym, pursuing a passion, or leveling up in your career, let your growth speak for itself. Subtlety is key. Instead of flaunting your achievements, let them naturally come up in conversation. For example, casually mention a project you're working on or a goal you recently accomplished. This reinforces the idea that you're a man of purpose and drive, qualities that make you irreplaceable. Section 8. Stay composed. Stay in control. When she reaches out, resist the urge to react emotionally. Take your time to respond thoughtfully. This isn't about playing games. It's about maintaining a sense of emotional steadiness. If she tests your patience or brings up past issues, don't engage in reactive behavior. Stay calm and confident, showing her that you're grounded and in control. This composure not only makes you more attractive, but also sets a strong foundation for the relationship moving forward. Remember, the power of no contact isn't in the silence. It's in what you do after. By staying composed, showcasing your growth, and maintaining your value, you become the man she can't ignore. So, are you ready to make her chase you? Let's make it happen.